Okay, so last session, pretty much hell has broken loose on the town of Vallaki. Most of you, went to investigate the bones of St. Andral to try to locate them. You ventured onto a coffin maker's shop who seemed very nervous, very distraught. You did find the bones there, however, as soon as
Haunted,
you...
I would say, sounded. Haunted.
Yes. As soon as you found the bones, 5 vampire spawn burst forth from some of the crates inside the coffin maker's shop. What happened next was absolute chaos as you all continued to battle these vampire spawn. The bells in the town rang, and the town came under siege from all manner of wolves, dire wolves, undead, vampire spawn, most notably at the chapel where Xantix had been trying to get his long rest to recuperate his spells. The vampiric son of Father Donovic, a boy named Doru, appeared, seemingly now in a much higher position under Strahd's command.
Last time I saw that kid, he was a feral beast. There was no sense in him, and now he's got walking around with a regal cape as if he runs the place.
Van Renfield a bit shocked to see that his decision to release Doru...
I haven't seen him yet, though.
You have not. What happened early in the campaign is that Van Renfield, in an attempt to convince Father Donovic to accompany the party, released Father Donovic's son, Doru, so that Doru would return to his master, Strahd. That decision has seemed to come back in a sort of way. Xantix has done his best to aid Father Donovic and Irina in the chapel. However, as a rider entered the chapel looking rather regal, you immediately get the feeling that this is Strahd von Zarovich, has entered the chapel in Vallaki, and seemingly, after making eye contact with Irina has now dropped her shield and guard and is now looking towards Strahd blankly. Vallaki, having raced across the entire town of Vallaki with the bones of St. Andral in hand, you have now reached the front doors of the chapel, and you now can look inside and get a sense of what is happening. But we're now going to start the initiative roll.
Hey, real quick, does Vallaki have to run through the chapel to get to the under stuff, or is there?
So and Vallaki does remember this.
Yeah,
the door to the Undercroft is right here. It is in this room, and it is a latch down into the Undercroft, similar to the one as in the village of Barovia. So, if I could go ahead and let's see, I have Toad. How many health points are you at right now?
Let me check really quick. I'm at 28.
28. Okay.
Dang.
Van Renfield, how many hit points are you at?
Mr. Strongman,
8.
Man.
Okay.
Just 8.
Okay. Should have gotten this ahead of time, guys. Sorry about this.
I did fight off 2 vampires by myself and jump out a window. I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest.
Vallaki, how many hit points are you at?
Full health, 38.
Man. Xantix, what is your max HP real quick?
My max HP?
Yeah.
32.
And are you at full health?
No. I'm at 16.
16, okay.
TPK.
Oh yeah, wait, and I have
TPK.
mine, and I have my max HP at 35 right now for some reason. What happened to me? Something happened to me where I got my max HP lowered.
So many things have happened to you. It's
Zombie
hard to. Yeah. Oh, it was
I think-
it was a vampire bite. It was a
Yeah.
a
Oh,
vampire
yeah, that's right, a
spawn
vampire bit me.
bit you
Yeah,
in
but-
the neck.
Your max HP does return to its normal level after a long rest.
Yes, but this is
Oh,
this
which
happened
we
at
ain't
the
getting
coffin
right
maker's
now.
shop.
Yeah. I just mean
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah.
Was he a coffee maker or
Coffin maker.
Okay.
He's a
He
coffee.
makes
Both.
coffee.
He
It was a
works
side
at
business.
Starbucks.
He's a
Okay.
barista.
At
It's
the
free.
at the start of initiative, we have Toad. Now, Toad, you're not quite on screen yet, but you are about 30 feet from the door to the chapel. What would you like to do?
Do I have a clear shot?
No, so you are basically, and I'll kind of, you're out here, out there in the edge.
Does she see, or does Toad see Strahd yet?
No, Toad is outside of the chapel,
But
basically
it looks
down
like
the road.
Strahd's like in the doorway there, right?
That's Malachi.
Strahd is right here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
be right-
Copy that.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Can you move the camera back towards me? Sorry, I just want to plan out how many steps I can take. Okay.
Sure.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
The
jeez.
two vampire spawn that have been pursuing you all are about 15 feet behind you.
Okay. Then I'm going to let's see. 15, 20, 25. What do I want to do? I guess I'm going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, as far as I can, I guess, to the door, and then I would like to hide.
Okay. We'll put you right there at the edge of the door. Go ahead and roll stealth.
A 16.
Okay. 16.
And then now, do I have a clear shot or still no?
Let's see. Yeah, if you want to get right there and you're kind of hiding behind Malachi, you do have a clear shot of pretty much. I will say you have a clear shot of Strahd. You do not have a clear shot at Doru because Irina is directly in the way.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, gonna be ballsy as fuck.
Let's see. Oh jeez. I feel like it's a bad idea to hit him because then he'll turn around and then see Malachi with the bag of bones. I feel like that's not smart. I'm gonna hold my action
Okay.
for right now, but stay hidden.
All right. You, after rounding the corner, do stop your pace and hide behind Malachi. As you run, you do feel your feet scrape a bit on the dirt. It's nothing too loud, but it's just a tiny bit. And you feel that you're relatively quiet. However, as soon as you stop moving, you see Strahd's head turn a little bit.
The fucking unsneakable.
And you see a large grin appear on his face as he turns around and looks directly at both you and Malachi in the doorway. And he goes, "Well, well. More guests. Please. Come in, why don't you?" Malachi, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No, we don't have to do that. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's a D6. 16.
You said a D6?
I rolled a D6 from accident.
That's not gonna. Yeah.
It's a 16.
You're 16.
The one is mine. That's with the -1.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Actually, no, I get a +1. Right? Yes. No, I have a +2. 18.
You have a +2. Okay.
I'm proficient in saving throws.
With a +2, Strahd turns and his eyes gaze at you, and there is a moment where you feel yourself slipping, but you just squint your eyes and just sort of grin back at him as you are just barely able to break the charm effect.
Jesus Christ. I forgot I had a +2.
Strahd, yeah, that proficiency in wisdom saving throws is big. Strahd, then his grin grows a bit wider as he, well, quite the resilient one, isn't he? And he turns to Irina and just sort of laughs. He is, after doing that, however, no, never mind. No, he's not. He's going to turn to Doru and say, Doru, I think you've played with your food long enough. We have more guests. All right. Now we have the 3 commoners' turns. As we finished off last time, these 3 commoners have just been handed 3 empty oil flasks, or 3 oil flasks, and are now going to spend their actions pouring out the oil and trying to fill these flasks with holy water at a small basin that's on this altar up here. And that is what they are going to do with the entirety of their action. It is now Van Renfield's turn. Van Renfield, you are far back behind here. That is where you are starting your turn.
Can you just give me a quick, give me exactly what I see?
So what you see is the entrance of the chapel. You see Toad has just tried to duck behind Vallaki here. Vallaki looking a bit dazed for just a second before he just sort of squints his eyes. What is happening around you in the streets and behind you in the streets is absolute chaos as people are running for their lives, as all manner of horrible creatures are hunting people down. There are 2 vampire spawn not too far behind you. So, that is what you see.
Fuck. It's how fast are the vampire spawn advancing? Are they an impending danger for us?
Well, they're about 15 feet behind you and seemingly running about as fast as you are.
Okay. Fuck, but I'm so weak. I want to okay, fuck, this is so stupid what I'm about to do, but I want to do it anyway. I want to run up to Vallaki.
Okay.
And I want to I don't want to do this in a way that uses up my whole action, but I basically want to jostle him out of the way and be get the bones to the crypt. And then I want to look in, and I guess, what do I see when I look in through the doorway?
So as you look in through the doorway, you see Strahd standing here with a large grin on his face. You see Donovic on the ground with blood pouring from his neck as he seems barely alive. You see Irina in some sort of trance as she stares in Strahd's direction. And you see Doru directly behind her, bearing over Donovic. blood coming out of his mouth as he
All right.
looks in a hunger.
I want to shoot one Eldritch Blast at Doru and one at Strahd. This is so fucking stupid. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
All right. The first one is a 20 to hit.
That hits. That's the one that hits
And
Strahd.
the second one is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit Doru.
Okay. All right, sweet.
All right, go ahead and roll damage for Strahd first.
Okay. 4
Okay. Now for Doru.
and 3. Fuck.
Okay. All right.
That's Eldritch Blast. For
You.
Did you say 3 damage?
Yeah.
Yes.
But 4 to
It's-
Strahd,
it's
3
one-
to.
It's 1d10. It's 1d10. When I concentrated on one person, it works. But when it
You
I
see
got
as
too much
Strahd
going
as the blast hits Strahd straight in the jaw, and he just sort of keeps his grin, and you see the blast whiz in the air and hit down on Doru. Doru is looking very injured right now, as his skin is still sizzling from the burns of the holy water and the burn from his father's blade in his stomach.
All right. I have a bonus action I'd like to cast as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit Strahd with the Curse of Bloated Agony. Which just to give you what it does,
Yes.
he
Gotcha.
swells up until the end of my next turn, and if he has disadvantage on strength and dexterity checks, and he takes 1d8 necrotic damage if he does more than one melee or ranged attack during his turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think those are going to help us, Chris.
I'm just throwing everything at him.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Chris is. Look at
You
Chris.
see as Strahd's
Oh, haha.
skin begins. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah. Cursed creature.
No, do everything you can, Craig.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
Chris
And
has
then-
got just the hater blockers on.
Basically, what Craig just did is like in Dragon Ball Z when they just start spamming blasts.
Also, the creature has disadvantage on strength and dexterity checks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You see as
Sick.
Strahd's skin begins to sort of swell a bit as he just looks a bit uncomfortable, and his smile sort of goes away as he looks back at you, Van Renfield, and goes, "Well, that's unpleasant." All right.
Come and dance with me a little more.
It is now Piddlewick's turn, as Piddlewick is going
Yeah, and just to remind everybody, I've got my vampire mask and big ass hat on, so
All right. Piddlewick is going to hide behind the pew and throw his last remaining dagger out at Doru. So let's roll the stealth. That succeeds. As Piddlewick reaches up behind the pew and launches his dagger out at Doru's neck. Dealing 9 points of piercing damage, halved to 4. As the dagger sort of slices into a bit of Doru's neck but falls to the ground, Doru barely seems to notice as the blade slices through. It is now Doru's turn as
No!
Doru looks to Strahd after having received his command, pauses for a moment before looking down at his father, and you all see Donovic look up at his son, clenching his neck. And you see Donovic just sort of gurgle through the blood in his mouth. Loru. And Van Renfield, you swear you can see what looks like a tear in Doru's eyes as he thrusts his claw into Donovic's neck and cuts. As Donovic's neck is cut open completely now, and Donovic goes nearly pale, slowly sliding to the ground, clutching his son's coat as Donovic falls unconscious to the ground.
Correct.
Traditionally bad. Famously.
Doru then takes another swipe at Xantix 2. Actually, no, he's going to make another attack at Donovic, who has just gone unconscious.
Oh, this merciless fuck.
And
Fucking
you can now just see him screaming with a tear in his eye. And that's an automatic failed death saving throw.
It's an automatic crit, yeah.
I don't think it's an automatic crit, is it?
I believe so. Oh, wait, no. Crits. No.
If he gets a crit, it's an automatic,
If
like,
it gets
2.
a crit, then it's automatic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. These two vampire spawn fill their turn, rushing up behind you Malachi, and you, Toe. They're getting just a little bit closer. Irina, blankly looking towards Strahd, sort of turns her head down towards Donovic, looking at the father's unconscious body. She turns her eyes back up to Strahd and says, "Do they have to die?" To which Strahd grins and goes, "Yes, my sweet girl. Yes, they do." She slowly begins to walk towards him. And she takes his hand. All right.
Check out that bitch when I had the chance.
Malachi, it is now your turn.
All right. So they're not within. If I bolt to the door on the right, they won't get it. It won't be passing through their range, right?
It will not.
Okay. Is the door? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm booking it.
Just straight for the hatch?
Just fucking straight for the hatch.
5, 10,
We'll see you.
25. And you end your turn just flinging up the hatch and getting ready to descend the stairs down into the crypt.
Can I use my dash action?
So your action is going to have to be spent picking up the hatch door and lifting it.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is have a little Tobini.
Yeah, let me get Toby. There he is. There's Toby.
Because now that we're in combat, he should be here to stay at least for a while. Because it's only 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll have him walk up. So, which one of them is closest to?
What do you mean?
me? Which one of the bad guys was closest on this
Strahd, for
to me?
sure.
Strahd? Is
Strahd,
that okay?
yeah.
I'm going to. Can you stop, Leo? I'm going to have my dude. No. Yeah, he's just gonna go get up in Strahd's face.
Okay. Give me
between like
one
the
moment.
door and Strahd.
Okay. So he stands there. Sorry, y'all. Got to fix screens. We lost Zimnes because he had to go work. Unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah, stupid roads. Okay.
And then he's going to attack.
He's going to attack. Does he know?
Yeah.
What's the attack? The range on his attack?
Can he not walk up to Strahd?
He can. Okay. I thought you meant he was going to stand in
Yeah.
between him and the door. Okay. There you go.
No, he's getting right there between Strahd and the door, but like
Oh,
the
Jesus.
door is to his back, but he is right next to Strahd.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
23 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. And then so let me make sure real quick. I think it's 1d8. I know they're all different. It'll take me 1 second.
Sure.
Yes. 1d8 plus 6.
Okay.
9 points.
9 points of necrotic damage, reduced to
Mhm.
half,
Yeah.
as Strahd just sort of grins as the necrotic energy begins to surge on his shoulder, and he just sort of looks at the ghostly hand and laughs.
Well,
just 'cause-
Let's see if he passes his wisdom saving throw.
Except that he is
no,
immune
we'll
to
just
being
see.
frightened.
Okay.
Alright.
Well,
You can't spook a fucking vampire, dude.
I
He
don't
spooked
know.
a lot of vampire spawn.
I scared 3 of them yesterday. Or last time.
All right.
All of them. I'll just chill
Xantix,
there.
it is now your turn. Just a reminder, you do have Flaming Sphere up right there.
Yeah. Okay. So the peasant folk made me some.
They have just now finished filling them up. So
Okay. They're available to me if I want to.
if you want to
grab
run
one.
over and grab them.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one.
Okay. I'll say that's a free action.
Yeah. I will bonus action move the flaming sphere to the right upper diagonal of Doru.
Right there.
Yeah. Over. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and ram him with it,
Nope. That's
or over one more. Yeah.
Fiery ball of death. Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage.
And okay, I forgot how much it was. Did I? I casted that at first.
2d6s.
Yeah. Okay.
And he succeeds on his saving throw.
All right. That's 8.
8 total?
on the dice. Yeah.
All right, so reduced to 4 as he succeeds. The fire catching the frails of his coat, but he is still fixated, looking down at his father's unconscious body. Okay, is there anything?
And
yeah, go ahead.
I will use my movement to run up to Donovic.
So you used 5 to go grab the flask. So
Okay.
but you have plenty to reach Donovic.
And using my action, I'm going to pour the healing potion into its mouth.
Okay, go ahead and roll points.
It's at
1d4
One or
plus
two?
4, I believe.
1d4.
Yeah.
Max health. Okay. So 8, I guess.
8 points. As Donovic, you see the wounds on his neck, though still somewhat open and cut, begin to heal just enough for him to, as he coughs up a large wad of blood. You see as Doru beside you turns to you, and you see just tears in his eyes as he just grits his teeth and bares his fangs and just kind of at you.
Gotcha.
Got it. All right.
Great.
It is now Xantix 2's turn.
He's gonna stick with me and distract Doru for I don't know, whoever Xantix not Xantix, Piddlewick or whoever.
Sure.
Whoever attacks him next.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's being distracted. Yeah.
Okay. Donovic then gasps his breath, and you see him just a bit come to life. He slowly gets up to his feet and looks around the room. He then, covered in blood, is going to take a moment, close his eyes, and he's going to look towards Irina, as well as you, Van Renfield, and you, Vallaki, are both blessed.
Yay!
So you can add a D4 to pretty much any attack roll or saving throw, that any of them that you have. Okay. All right. Findraw. We're going a bit of the theater of the mind here for you. You suddenly awaken to having a healing potion poured down your throat as you just sort of come to consciousness with Xemnas standing right over you. You do look around the room and see that there are skeletal hands now bursting, trying to claw their way through the door as you and Xemnas are now upstairs in the coffin maker's shop. They are beginning to break down the door. What would you like to do?
So if I cast a movable object on the door, can they still break it any further?
Let me check real quick.
Is a movable object a spell or a cantrip?
It's a spell.
It's a spell.
It's an expensive.
That one's
It's a very expensive spell.
Yeah.
Right, but don't really have much of an option.
No,
Yeah,
this is the one time I agree with you using it.
Or I can.
I would say that they can. I would say that they can break the door in a way, but the mass of it isn't going to move. So if they impact it, even if they splinter the door, it's still going to stay put. But as soon as the spell ends, it's just going to crumble if they break it down. So basically, if you cast a movable object, you'd have until the spell ends.
Which would be. Hold on. What was it at?
It lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay. Initiative, dope. All right, so let me see how much gold I have real quick, and
You have
I'm sure I
95.
enough. And it takes how much?
25.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go up and touch the door on the movable object.
All right, I'll go ahead and mark off 25 gold.
Oh, and Xemnas used that healing potion.
Yep, he did.
Okay. I'm just gonna mark it off the.
All right,
You
for a
said you
brief.
took 25 gold off.
So we have
Yeah, I
no
did.
healing potions left, or we have one, or what?
None.
We don't have any healing potions, but we've got the ointment.
Okay.
That's on Vallaki.
3 doses.
You do begin to
6
hear
doses.
Findral as things seem to be climbing up around the house, and you do begin to hear the sound and horrible moans coming from the window where the vampires have run out. But we're going to cut back to the temple at the chapel as Toad. It is now your turn.
Wait, real quick. Is there anything in the room that I can move towards the window to block it?
There is a bedroom that has a bed in it.
Nah, I wouldn't really do much. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. All right, Toad. It is now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to run inside and I'm going to stand like right in front of the door that Vallaki went into.
Okay. Flip you upside down. There you go.
I just want to like block the entrance. Like I still want to have a clear shot at everyone in like the main part of the room.
Okay. And let's put you
Yeah,
right there.
I'm being a human shield.
A very, very small human shield.
Yeah. a shield size.
Chris, can you mute?
Human shield.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What would you like to do for your action?
Then you know what? I'm going to, I guess, I'm gonna throw a dagger at Strahd.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack. No advantage.
All right. Cool.
But thanks to Toby, you would get sneak attack. Toby is the ghost name, by the way, in case anyone's confused.
Yes, his name is Toby.
Who?
That is Malachi's ghost.
Oh man. 15.
15. You throw your dagger and it just deflects off of Strahd's shoulder plate.
Cool.
And he just grins his teeth and says, "How cute." All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm just gonna chill right there.
Okay. You all in the chapel begin to hear the another familiar beating of hooves and a loud neighing sound as Van Renfield, you're the only one who can see this. Behind you, a steed whose mane seems to be made of pure fire. Its skin and fur, just utter blackness, flies down from the night sky and gallops directly in the doorway. You can feel the heat from its mane behind you as it just and beats its hooves. Strahd takes Irina's hand and says, "Come, my love. It is time we left." And you watch as he slowly begins to walk right by you and Toby the Ghost. Would either of you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Me too, right?
Yeah. Who are you making the attack on?
I feel like, there with an attack of opportunity, can I try and tackle Irina?
Let me see. Hold on.
So I could attack either Strahd or, well, I guess I'll do Strahd. Because his orders weren't to attack Irina anyway. 16.
So you can only make an attack on an attack of opportunity. It can't be an action. So
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to swing my sword at him.
okay, so Malachi, what did you roll?
17.
17?
Fucking nat 20, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Nice.
Malachi, did you roll for Toby the Ghost?
Yeah, it was 11 plus 6.
Okay. Van Renfield, you're the only one who hits.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Do I get double damage?
Yeah. So basically, you're gonna do. Let me see. And you have your sword on fire, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll 2d8s and 2d6s and add 4 total.
Okay. Plus blessed, right? Plus an extra D4. I'm blessed. You blessed me and said I could add an extra D4.
So that would be to the attack roll. Oh, Malachi, go ahead and roll an attack roll. So add a D4 to your attack roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
So you don't get to add D4 to the damage, just the 2 hit.
Even though it was Toby.
Oh, sorry. Never mind then.
Yeah, so he's like an extension of me, but not.
He is not blessed.
He is in my book.
I got 19 damage.
19 damage. As Strahd passes by you, you just scream out with your flaming sword and swipe across his arm. You see it just slice open his skin, the fire burning, and you just get the horrible smell of burnt flesh. But he just looks right at you and smiles as he walks by.
I'll follow you to hell and drag you back out myself, you devil.
I may hold you up on that, my friend. Until then, have a pleasant evening. And he carefully helps Irina on to the flaming steed. They are still sitting there mounted on the horse, but the other 2 commoners finish filling their flasks of holy water, and they begin to just cower. Van Renfield, it is now your turn.
Is Father Donovic savable at all? Like, is he still moving in any way?
He has 8. He's gotten up. He has 8 points of health. Xantix gave him a healing potion.
Got him.
He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good, and Xantix also doesn't look good. But Andy's standing next to the vampire.
Nobody looks good.
No one looks good. No one looks good.
All right. In that case, I want to hit. Fuck it. I'm gonna hit Strahd with both barrels of my Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Oh yeah.
8. A 12, I'm assuming, does not hit.
It does not.
But a nat 20 will.
That'll do. 2 D10s.
Okay. Plus a D4, right?
Uh-oh. Wait, plus a D4?
No, not plus it. Oh, no. So the D4 is only to add to your 2 hit mark. So it doesn't add to your damage. Yeah.
Okay. So would a 16 have hit? Strahd? Because I didn't add it to my to hit.
Well, you got a nat 20, didn't you? Oh, yes. Yeah. No, a 16 would not hit, no. But
okay,
if you add a D4 to a 16, you have a chance.
No. But I got a 12, and I was just gonna. Okay, so I got a 6 and then a 4, so 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. As one of the force energy just whistles by his head, and the other just slams right into his shoulder, and you hear kind of a popping sound, but he just sort of rolls his shoulder again as you hear the cracking and creaking of bones as he just come now, Brego. It's time. And he pets the mane of his horse. All right. It is now Piddlewick's turn. And Piddlewick, seeing this vampire so close to you, is going to pick up his dagger that fell over here and then make a swipe out at Doru. And he has advantage because of Xantix 2.
Mm-hmm.
That will hit. That is 13 points of damage halved. 2-6. And Piddlewick just sort of looks at you wide-eyed, Xantix. Doru, his flesh still searing from the holy water, just is still fixated on his father, and you watch as Donovic just sort of turns around toward him and says, Doru, please. Doru makes 2 attacks. One of which just slashes and is not enough to cut through Donovic's chainmail. The other, however, does hit. Is it?
Not great.
Actually, no. The second one as well just scratches against his chainmail, and Donovic barely moves, just sort of taking the blows. He's barely standing up, but he's just Doru. It is now these 2 vampire spawns' turns.
Hey, Chase.
Yeah.
I just reread this spell. He has to make a dexterity saving throw if he ends his turn within 5 feet of the flaming sphere.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He should have done that last round too, but I forgot about it.
That's correct. He fails.
Fuck yeah.
86.
Good old Doru. Wishes he never came out of that basement.
So that's 6 points of fire damage.
As the fire just begins to catch further up on his cape, and now you can see the bare skin of his shoulders is just crackling and burning as he just screams out in pain, just and you can see the look on his face of just torture, and you can see the tears in his eyes as he just it's almost like he just can't move, but he just still seems fixated on his father. All right. As these 2 vampire spawn begin to approach the door, Irina does not succeed on her saving throw. As she just sort of blankly stares back through the chapel doorway, Van Renfield, you can just see her face, a sort of vacant stare as she looks down at you and just stares for a moment. Malachi, it is your turn. You're muted, Malachi.
Muted.
How far was the drop? Down.
Drops just about
into like the crypt.
Yeah, it drops just about 10 feet.
I'm jumping straight down.
Okay, that'll take about 5 feet of movement just to drop. The chapel, you can see the stone slab has been put back in front of the door, but there's still a crack in it. It's about It's about 30 feet to that stone slab door.
30 feet to the stone slab?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm running over there all the way.
It's just short of the length of the chapel, but you you spend your last 25 feet of movement. Actually, sorry, yeah. So you're able to reach the door. That's what I meant. Sorry, you're able to reach the door in your 30 feet of movement. So if you want to use your action to try to open it,
yeah.
Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Does bless help
Athletics.
with this?
Yeah, it does. Well, hold on. Sorry.
Should.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw. So, nope.
So it's got to be athletics?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, sweet. Close. Uh, 14.
14. It's just barely enough to be able to, with your sort of slender frame.
I used a thing, by the way.
Okay, gotcha. It's just enough to make enough of an entry for you to squeeze through, but it's going to take about, on your next turn, take about a full 5 feet of movement to squeeze through there, but that shouldn't matter. It's a small chamber.
I'm not trying to squeeze through it. I'm just putting my hands out.
Okay.
And
you reach your hand.
Where am I exactly, like underneath the chapel?
So you're about, it's the doorway to the crypt of St. Andral is about in the center. So you're just barely, you're reaching your hand through, but the actual stone slab where his crypt is just it's about 10 feet into the crypt.
Where's Toby right now?
Toby's right here.
He should be. Oh, I thought I had him closer up, right next to where Strahd was originally.
That's where, Strahd was right there.
That is where Strahd was.
Yeah, Toby hasn't moved any, so he should have been right next to him.
He's right there.
Oh, I thought you were pointing somewhere else.
No.
Okay, I'm going to have him. How many feet is it to the middle of the chapel? It's hard to gauge.
20.
20? All right, he's going to, and since it's 10 foot, he's going to run there, and I'm going to have him corporeal passage straight down.
All right, so it's going to take him 20 feet. It takes him 20 feet to reach you.
But he's like diagonal.
Yeah, no. It's straight 20 feet away from him, so he's able to just add an angle.
He's doing like the Michael Scott
just stares.
Thing.
This is a ghost that is Malachi's form, by the way. You just see Malachi in ghost form just slowly step down through the floor. Okay.
Oh, that's
he's got 10 feet more feet of movement, and he's at you.
He's grabbing those bones and putting them in the crypt.
He takes the bones, and his body just glides through the door, but there's just enough room for him to be able to pull the bones through the slit as he just reaches forward and slowly places the bones into the crypt.
Fucking alley-oops the bones of St.
And
Andral.
absolutely nothing happens, and we're all still fucked.
And there's a brief pause where your heart sort of sinks. But in that moment, there is a blinding flash of light. And you, with your dark vision, are just completely blinded, Malachi. It makes you put your hands up. But just an eruption of light that comes through the floor below everyone else as well. You all see the chapel just flood with light. And it begins to spread outward through the window, shining very, very brightly. You see as the nightmare screams and howls. Screams and neighs as it kicks back. And you see Strahd. Irina's almost kicked off the back, but Strahd grabs her by the collar of her chainmail and just holds her. And you, Van Renfield, can just see his skin almost like sizzling in the sun as he just grits his teeth and goes, "No, I will not let you go." You see Xantix next to you as Doru screams out in pain. Let me see. As he just... Oh, man. Okay, screams out in pain as his skin just begins to burn and dissolve as the light flares up. You also, Van Renfield, can hear these two vampire spawn just screaming as their flesh begins to burn as well.
Music
Xantix,
to my ears.
it is your turn.
I love the smell of burned vampire spawn in the morning.
So Doru is still kicking, but he's not looking hot.
He is very, very wounded, and he looks about ready to... His whole entire skin is just blistering. He looks desperate, yeah. And the light is still flaring in this room. This room is still filled with light, and it's burning them as this is all happening instantaneously.
Well, might as well top this off with a little holy water, right? I'm gonna pull out the bottle of holy water and splash it.
As you
Doru.
pull out the bottle of holy water, you see Donovic for a moment just weary and near death. Just, no, wait. Please.
I mean, that weak ass shit's not gonna stop me.
All right, go ahead and
I think it's a
make an improvised attack roll.
Yeah.
I can't yell anything out or anything right now, Chase.
I'm gonna say no.
Let's see. That's 15 plus. It's a ranged.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't say that it's ever touched, but yeah, because I'm gonna say you're just splashing it on him, or you're
just like doing that,
smashing
you know,
on
like
him.
how they.
I'm gonna make it to where you don't have to do a strength one, so.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah,
So it's 15, 16, 17 to hit.
17 to hit, that hits.
Fuck yes. My initiative rolls are garbage, but I can roll well when it counts.
Yep.
Okay, 2d6.
Okay.
2d6
2d6 radiant damage.
6, 7, 8 points of radiant
8
damage.
points of radiant damage as the glass just shatters over Doru's face, and he's now, I mean, just his whole entire skin is blistered, his hair is gone. He looks almost unrecognizable as he just screams out in pain, just, Father! Just screaming out.
Ram him with the flaming spear.
All right, ram him, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's a dexterity save on his end.
He fails.
Correct.
6. 6. And a 1. So 7 points.
7 points. You actually watch as the flame is beginning to consume his entire back. You can see the bone, his spine is actually beginning to show as his skin just slowly burns away. His shoulders, his elbow, you can see bone protruding as the flesh just clings to his bones, as he just screams out in pain. The tears on his face now boiling as they fade away. As he just... Father! Please!
And I'll call out to the peasants, more holy water! Piddlewick, get him!
Alright, it is now Donovic's turn.
That's ridiculous.
as Donovic looks out through the door towards Irina. He then turns to Doru, and you can just see the weary look on his face. I mean, Donovic, just through this encounter, looks as though he's aged 10 more years, as his eyes just look exhausted. His neck is still covered in blood, still open wounds, but just enough to keep him alive. And you see him hold his great sword and just look at his son and just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As he picks up his great sword, it begins to glow with yellow light as he brings it down onto his son's collarbone and decapitates Doru. Donovic then just sort of slumps to the ground, dropping his greatsword. Findral, back at the coffin maker's house, you begin to hear things crawling up through the window. Xemnas quickly rushes towards the door that the zombies, or the skeletons were coming through, and he begins to brace it even more with his smithing tools. But you do see some rotted hands beginning to come through the window. What would you like to do? And you actually see a flash of light far off in the distance. It's not enough to reach you, but it's just like a bright light very far off in the distance.
How much HP do I have right now from the healing potion?
Oh yeah, I need to tell you that. You have 6 HP.
Got 'em. So if I jump out the window, how much fall damage do I take? How much does Craig take? Would I have to roll acrobatics?
Yeah, you'd have to roll acrobatics.
And how far is the roughly? How far is that house from the center of town? Oh, I guess yeah.
Oh, from the center.
Or to the town, to the edge of town.
To the edge of town. It is. I mean, it'd be about 15 minutes if you're running.
So about what, 4 turns?
Yeah, a lot of turns. And you can hear just chaos and screaming coming from the streets outside.
And where is Zant? Oh, not Zant. Where's
Xemnas is in the
is he in
room
front
now.
of the? Is he in front of the window?
He's in front of the door and he's bracing the door. But
the hands are coming through the window.
Window, yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna get right in front of the window. I'm gonna angle myself facing the window, but I'm gonna be as far as back as I can, back against the wall.
Okay. You see as 3 undead climb through the window and begin to move towards you. They're about halfway between you and the window. By the time as they lumber in, and just and look right at you. Okay. Picking back up, Toad, it is now your turn.
Okay. I am going to run outside and
Chris,
I'm going
mute.
to try to. Can you mute, please? I'm going to run outside and I'm going to try to slice through the hand, Strahd's hand that's holding on to Irina. So he'll ideally drop her and let her go.
Okay. I'm going to say you're going to have to, because it's too high up, you're going to have to throw the dagger.
Okay. Also, can I use my inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So I have advantage, right?
Yeah. I wonder, does
Okay,
that count
cool.
for sneak attack? Yeah, it does. It would give you sneak attack.
Wait, Irina gives me sneak attack, or
No.
the inspiration? Oh, the inspiration.
The
gives me
inspiration
sneak?
does, yeah.
Oh, sick. Sick.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you have
cool.
advantage.
All right. Okay. My palms are sweaty.
This is big. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm spaghetti.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, so 14. The advantage did not do great.
14 with advantage.
Yes.
As you round the corner and throw the dagger, the horse sort of leans back a bit, and it's just enough to make the dagger whiz just above Strahd's arm.
Rolls are not good today.
You do have another dagger in your hand
Let's throw it. Let's go.
as a bonus action. All right.
Okay.
You do not get advantage on this one.
Okay. Oh, but this is a good roll. 24.
24. Okay. This does not give you sneak attack either.
That's okay. Let's see. Dagger. Wait, so it's just
The 1d4.
wait. 1d4. Okay, got it. Five.
5. It does not appear to be much of a cut on his arm. Oh, that's half to 2. 5 to 2 points of damage. However, it is enough to make him have to re-roll his strength. And with a 17, he does keep his grip on Irina's chain shirt as he looks towards you, and you can begin to see just the skin on his face begin to blister in the sun, in the bright light. And he just looks at you, Toad, and you, Van Renfield, and he looks back into the chapel, and he just yells, "Finally!" And the horse kicks up and takes off into the night sky with Irina on the back. And they are now riding at least 30 feet up in the air as the sunlight reaches out through the town as they flee away from it. Van Renfield, you are able to watch as the two vampires spawn on the ground begin to try to run away from the impending sunlight. But as they run, their skin begins to sizzle and burn, and they slowly crumble to dust about 60 feet away from the chapel door. Fendraw, the zombies come within just feet of you, and you, with your held action and Xemnas' help, you're able to fend off the first two zombies for long enough for that bright sunlight at the far edge of town to slowly expand and, like a shockwave, ride through the building, and all of a sudden the zombies before you just slowly begin to crumble, and their skin begins to burn as they are rendered nothing but lifeless bone in front of you. You and Xemnas take a long breath as the pounding on the door begins to stop. And it seems for the moment you all are safe. Back in the chapel, it is now very, very quiet. As Strahd has run away with Irina. And Donovic now sits on the floor, staring at the body of his dead son.
I want to like walk over to him and like slowly and solemnly pull the mask and hat and stuff off my face, and just like look over at him and be like, "You did what I cannot. I do not envy you or your pain."
He looks up at you, and you can just see a look of exhaustion on his face. But there's no tears. His eyes meet yours for just a moment, and there's not the anger you expected. But his eyes do just slowly drift back down towards the body of his son.
Get some
Vallaki,
rest. I'll
down.
bury him.
As you say that, Van Renfield, Donovic grips the bottom of your coat and he says, "No. You won't. I will. I will bury my son." And he slowly lets go.
I like nod and like help him to his feet. Like,
He takes your arm and he lets you help him. And he takes a moment, sort of catches his breath, but he does begin to pick up his son's body from under the shoulders and sort of picks Doru's head up and sort of cradles it in his arm as he grabs Doru's shoulders, and he sort of nods to you to grab Doru's feet.
yeah, I want to just help, like, solemnly, like, pick them up and help him.
I'm muted. I'll walk over to the altar and grab one of the vials of holy water and
There's
hand it.
There's 2 vials there.
Yeah. I'll grab one of them and bring it over and hand it to them and say, consecrate the grave, and hand it to them.
Donovic doesn't really have any hands free.
Oh,
and
I'll
he
hand it
seems
to one of them.
Van Renfield, you're able to take it, but Donovic just sort of doesn't even really acknowledge it.
Fair.
You watch as Father Lucien begins to try to comfort the 3 remaining survivors in the chapel. And then after a brief moment, they begin to pick up the bodies of the 3 other commoners that were killed in the chapel, and he asks for your help, Xantix. And
Okay.
and he says, I think perhaps these few could use some of that holy water as well.
Agreed. I'll fill up my vial that I just emptied on the vampire and help them.
Okay. Malachi, as you ascend from the... I'm assuming you're
Before I go,
yeah.
I'm gonna look at Toby, give him a fist bump, and let him. It's very important that I give Toby a fist bump.
Toby fist bumps.
That's fucking rad.
That's cool as shit.
Toby fist bumps and slowly just fades away into shadow. And when you ascend into the main chapel, you find that Donovic and Van Renfield are out back. Donovic is now very, very feeble, but still managing to grab a shovel and beginning to dig. Van Renfield and Xantix, you all, as you walk out into the streets, can see throughout the city smoke billowing up. There are bodies in the streets, but it seems that whatever was accosting these people has either died or is gone or has fled. But you see people wandering the streets, covered in blood, wounded, some of them screaming in pain, some of them screaming out for loved ones that they can't find. And the city just seems to be in a very post-siege shock and trauma. But you all spend your time carefully burying the bodies of those that have died in the chapel and using the holy water to consecrate the graves. Malachi, are you helping in this as well?
Consecrating the graves. I'm gonna go. I'm looking for bows right now. I'm just kind of on guard still.
Okay. Are you just walking the streets?
Actually, no. Haste? He'll help them with the graves. I'm not gonna use the holy water, but
sure. Yeah. I figured it's. Van Renfield, as soon as Donovic is done finishing the grave, digging the grave, he asks for your help in laying Doru down, and you both fill the grave, and once the grave is filled, before any sort of holy water consecration is done, Donovic sticks his shovel into the dirt and just walks away. He walks back towards the center of town without a word.
Do I need to roll an Arcana check or whatever to see if I know how to consecrate the...
Roll a religion check.
Yeah.
Nat 20 or a dirty?
Dirty.
You know very well how to consecrate a grave. There's many different ways for many different gods, but you are able to pick up sort of the customs of this area and
yeah. Do I know the Morning Lord stuff?
You know a general gist. You can also hear Father Lucian doing it a bit. It's just a very simple prayer. Even Father Lucian seems to be saying it as if he's not quite sure it means anything. It seems he's more doing it out of repetition. But you repeat the words.
I do it and solemnly and respectfully, but I don't make any fanfare about it or anything.
Sure.
I just walk back into the church and help other people out.
Okay.
Malachi's just sitting there with a scythe watching.
Okay. Fendraw, you and Xemnas are sort of catching your breath as the danger seems to have passed at this point. The streets outside, you can still hear cries and bits of pain, but It is nothing like what you have heard earlier. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna release the door for my spell and let it crumble, and I guess I'm gonna walk my happy elf butt back to town.
Okay. Xemnas follows as well, and as you are passing through the town, there are numbers of people just wandering the streets, looking for loved ones that they lost, crying over dead bodies, trying to move dead bodies somewhere safe. You find a woman searching for her children. Xemnas, without a word, begins to help her in her search. As a few other, an old man begins to ask Xemnas for help as well, and he just sort of gets carried away by a few survivors. Do you keep walking?
Yeah, and Fendrog's not helping them.
Okay. You walk through town, and it's more of the same. You reach the town square, and you find that it is chaos. Blinksy's old toy shop is almost caved in at the entrance. There is a house not too far behind it that is billowing in smoke and just sort of embers. You see the dead bodies of those who were locked in the stockades, who have been often, some of them have been mutilated and torn apart. Two of them you recognize again as the two Watcher boys. They are very much dead as well. It is a very ominous silence, and
man, we thought we had saved those fucking guys.
I guess while I'm walking, I'm gonna roll an investigation check to see if there's anything salvageable walking back to the party. That I feel would be beneficial, I guess, or valuable. Just kind of walking, not really looking.
Yeah, I'll roll roll an investigation. I think that's fair.
Dude, let's loot this town.
LOL, nat 1.
Nat 1. It is just chaos. You see nothing. There's. You do see Findral in the town square, that a familiar face. The man who ran the inn, Erwin Martikov. You see him and a couple of men that you have seen in the inn a few times. They are helping people getting wounded to somewhere safe, helping bandage, and helping people find lost loved ones throughout the town center.
I'm just gonna keep going to the party.
Okay. You wander through the town for about, it takes you a bit over an hour as you're moving very slow, as you're still very, very hurt, but it takes you about an hour and a half to reach the chapel, and you find the others finishing up as they are burying the bodies of the dead. You see that Father Lucian and some of the other survivors are still gathering bodies that were around and further out of the chapel on the streets and in some of the yards.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Van Renfield and I'm gonna say, Happy, where's the woman?
Like, look at this fucking angsty elf, and I'm like,
He took her
To what dark end? I don't know.
Finjar's gonna spit on the ground. Like, just... And be like, she'll be the death of us all. We should have killed her when we had a chance. And then Finjar is just gonna try to find somewhere to like a tree or a post or something just to sit down. Not really wanting a response from Van Renfield.
There is a few trees out behind the graveyard, behind the chapel, and you just sort of take a seat and begin to, I'm assuming, enter your trance, your long rest state.
Yep.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna head to Anya's.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish up my short rest, however long it needs to be from here on. I've been just chilling.
Half an hour.
Probably another. Okay.
Yeah, you probably got about. I'd say by the time Findral showed up, you were just finishing helping bury the bodies. So.
No, remember I had said Malachi's just gonna be chilling with his scythe.
Oh, then you finish your short rest.
After we put the one body away.
Okay, then you finished your short rest.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna go back with Xantix to Anya's where my like shield and stuff is.
Okay.
I'm going to do that too.
Toad?
I want to be with. I'm never going anywhere without that shit ever again.
Toad?
Both in and out of character.
I'm also going because I share similar sentiments about the rest of my weapons.
Okay. You all walk through the town and you see relatively the same sights that Findral saw throughout his way. As you pass through town, you do pass by the Blue Water Inn where the Mardikovs ran, and you see that Danica Mardikov is leading a pretty much line of people into the inn, just waving them in and say, come on, we've got some food, we've got some water, just everyone come on in and we'll find the ones that you're looking for. If anyone's missing, just stay together and let us know. We'll try to find them. People are just desperately moving into the inn, and she sees you all pass by, and she looks at you all, and she doesn't have any sort of angry face, just sort of a sadness on her face as she nods her head and continues to help people inside. You round the corner as you head north through. You have to cut around the street a bit as the front of one building has collapsed so much that it's bled into the streets, but it's not a long detour. And after just a little bit longer, you arrive outside of Anya's shop. And you find that this far north of town seems to have been somewhat avoided, sort of forgotten maybe. There are still a few dead people on the streets and on the side, and you do see that Anya's door is open, and there are three lifeless zombies outside, and there seems to be a sort of fog coming from a sort of vapor or fog coming from out the door.
I'll run in.
Okay. You, Xantix.
I want to draw my sword and like let him go first, but like walk in cautiously.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm spawning the side.
You, Xantix, and Malachi have no problem as you enter into the building, but I need Toad and Van Renfield to make Constitution saving throws. 10. Toad, what about you?
7.
7.
7.
As soon as you both enter, the sort of vapor in the air, you realize that it's more of a dust and almost like a sandy, and you begin to just sneeze and begin to cough horribly as you both, before you can even enter into the effect, really just are unable to go forward because you realize that if you went forward, it would just knock you out. So you're sort of forced outside, but Xantix and Vallaki, since you all don't breathe, you are able to enter fine, and you see 3 dead wolves lying on the ground around in Anya's shop, and you see the door that led to her bedroom is open, and the door that led to the cellar below is closed.
I think she might be escaped. She might have escaped.
I'll use a hat of wizardry and cast gust.
Okay.
Is that gust, or is it's gust of wind? Maybe.
Yeah, I know what one. The cantrip.
Yeah. Just to get shit out.
Roll for it.
Try and
I'm gonna
blow
make you
this
do it every
place
time.
out. Yep, I'm good.
You blow the dust out of the room, and it quickly just Van Renfield and Toad. It's now safe for you all to enter as well.
Cool. I walk in, and if I see the same stuff, I want to go straight and search the bedroom.
Okay, you walk into the bedroom, and you can see that there are claw marks on the door, and you look around the bedroom and can see that the bed and pillows have been torn to shreds, but there's no sign of any blood or really any bad signs. It just seems that a wolf probably tore through here.
She's not here.
I was opening the hatch. This was as he was casting the gust of wind.
As you you open the door and you see the cellar below, you try to pull on the hatch, but it's not budging.
I want to go over and grab my gear and stuff.
Okay.
So the hatch is closed, and then I'm gonna
your
go
gear is
upstairs
in
my
the your gear is in the cellar, by the way.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
I'll knock on the door and say, Lady Anya, it's Xantix and Vallaki. Are you down there?
There's a bit of a pause. And then slowly you hear an unlocking sound as the cellar door creaks open, and you see Anya's eyes as she peers through. And then as soon as she sees you, she flings open the cellar door and rushes up and just wraps her arms around you, Xantix, and just says, "Oh, by the morning, Lord."
I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity.
She rushes up and she then grabs the sides of your head, Xantix, and just says, oh, "You're all right." And she slaps you, Vallaki, on the shoulder and just sort of gives you a bit of a shake and just says, I thought perhaps the worst. What happened? Is it safe?" And you see now, Xantix and Vallaki, that there are a number of people down in the cellar. A few people. You see 4 adults and 2 children down there as they're sort of looking up, sort of a bit hesitant.
I believe it's safe now. We were able to replace St. Andral's bones in his crypt, and that's when they went away.
Well, to be honest, I never really believed in that sort of divine magics, but I don't think I'll ever doubt them again. And she turns down into the cell and says, I think it's safe if you all want to come up. And they go, okay. And they slowly begin to ascend and help the children out of there. Anya helps take them out, and they begin to slowly move out into the streets, but Anya stays in the shop and just sort of sits in her chair and just begins to rub her head and looks at the wolves on the ground and just says, I am very, very glad you gave me that dust. I don't think I'd quite be here if it weren't for that. I have to say it came quite in handy.
I noticed his excellent usage.
Malachi's gonna pull and show the skull. He's like, something else came in handy. And he's gonna pull out the skull and be like, I think it's time I have my cloak back.
She sort of laughs and goes, I suppose if you really want it, I'm not finished with making a new one, but
how
sure.
close are you?
It was gonna take me 2 weeks.
It's been about like 3 days.
I'd say I'd need another 10 days at least.
Fuck it. Malachi wants his cloak back.
But she kind of just goes, at this point, if you really want it that badly, by all means.
I really do. This saved everyone's life. I'm just going to be completely honest.
She goes,
thank you for it.
Very well. The rest of your things are down here as well, if you all want to accompany me. And she descends down into the cellar, where you all find your items. Van Renfield, you find your beloved cross shield leaned up against a wall. You all have your items back now. And Anya hands you the cloak of billowing Malachi, and
yes,
you can tell, Xantix, that she just looks exhausted. I mean, she was exhausted when you all last left her, as she had accompanied you to the cave of the Aboleth, and it seems she has not gotten much sleep since then as well.
Same.
So, are your other friends all right? Your high elven fellow and the human, are they all right as well?
So did the people leave?
Yeah, they're now out in the street. It seems that they went to go look to find people that they had been separated from.
I'll watch them as they leave and shut the door and turn and say, yes, they're okay. But we had an encounter with the Count tonight.
The Count?
And
you don't mean that he...
Yes, I do.
Her eyes just sort of go wide a bit, and she just lets out a sigh and just sort of buries her hands in her face in her hands and just begins to rub her temples.
He took our friend Irina.
He took your friend?
I'll pull out my sketchbook and, do my thing, print out, make a printout of Irina's face and show it to her and say, this is what she looks like. And then I'll pull out one of my like history books and lay it out to the page of wait, did we ever find that out?
The bride. Yeah.
The bride. Okay. And I'll pull out the history book and show her the picture of Strahd's like
She takes a
original
moment.
bride.
She takes a moment and begins to look over the pages and look over the one you drew, and it takes her a moment, but there seems to be some sort of revelation in her eyes as she. I always thought the bride was a myth, just a folk tale, a superstition.
It would seem that superstition reigns supreme here.
I am sorry about your friend. And she hands you the page back, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I'm sorry.
What will he do to her if the legends are true?
To be honest, I have no idea. I didn't even think they were real. I'd never even heard much about it. I thought it was simply a story for parents to keep their daughters locked up, or I don't know. I have no idea what he would do with her.
Well, that's the situation. Our friend Donovic, you've not met him, but he was beaten up pretty bad, but it seems that with the bones in place, he cannot return to this place. Although if it was so easy that an orphan child could take them, then I don't have great hope for this place.
You think that he could come back?
I don't see why he wouldn't.
He seems to do as he pleases.
I believe he got what he came here for, though.
So all this you think was just for one woman? He would do all this just for one woman?
When people are ants or lambs for the slaughter, why shouldn't he have what he wants?
She sort of sighs and... I don't know what to make of all this.
I don't know. I don't know either. But there has to be something. Some next step.
We'll think better with clearer heads. Get these people somewhere they can rest their heads. We'll sleep. Perhaps in the morning, we'll have answers.
Of course, I think we all could use some sleep. You're welcome to sleep here tonight. I don't mind.
Thank you.
Malachi says, "I'm going to stand guard," and he's going to.
I just want to go
his cloak.
Okay.
Van Renfield just goes into a corner and like lays out his bedroll and just like passes out.
Okay.
Xantix will find a nice corner as well and sit down facing the wall.
Okay. Findraw, you finish your long rest before they do, and I believe this takes away your last level of exhaustion, so you are no longer exhausted.
It's been what?
It's
2 months.
It's been a long time since you have had a full rest, but you now have taken your long rest. What would you like to do? It's still just before, it's only been 4 hours for you, so it's still nighttime. You're guessing.
Shit. I don't want to know. Is everything still in commotion? Like everyone's still searching?
It's settled
Stuff
down a
is
bit.
just-
People seem to be now moving more towards indoors. A lot of people have actually begun to crowd in the chapel. It seems that Father Lucian is beginning to lead people inside for shelter and just a feeling of safety. So the chapel is now becoming pretty crowded.
Okay, so most of the town is deserted. Either everyone's dead.
There's still there's
deserted.
still a few people wandering the streets looking for others or just sort of aimlessly walking, but it's mostly calm.
Is there any kind of like stores or anything around, like potion stores, general supply stores, or
None
anything
that are
I know?
operating right now. I mean,
that's the point.
Okay, Anya's shop, which is where everyone else went. You do know that there was that old woman's shop where you bought the clothes. That was sort of a general store. There's the inn. There's the burgomaster's mansion. There's
Let's get good old Findral, go to the clothing store, see what's up, see if anyone's home.
Okay. You walk for a while back towards the town center, and you find that her shop, the door is busted wide open. They're actually make it roll an investigation check, just real quick.
It's not roll a fucking 1 this time. Oh, come on. It was on 16, bastard. I got an 8.
8. Yeah, you're not in the chaos. You're not really able to see what's what. You're not really noticing if there's any more stores, but you do find the sunshine supply shop, and the door is open. The windows are broken, and as you enter, you do find the body of the old woman, Bethel. Her back clawed open by massive bestial claws as her body's just slumped over the counter.
Findral gives like one of these like disgusting looks, and he's gonna go over there and search the old lady, see if she's got anything on her.
Roll a perception check.
There's a trap.
There's a trap. 19.
You're poisoned.
You just died.
Yes.
You're exhausted.
You find a coin purse on her body. It has roughly... it has 55 silver coins in it, and 5 gold coins.
Okay. So let's look around the shop.
Yeah, you find a very nice handkerchief as well. Throughout the shop, you find a lot of clothing, some of it very nice, some nice robes. There's no weapons or potions or armor. There's a lot of knickknacks. There's a lot of food, actually. You find about 10 days worth of rations in the back. This seems to be somewhere where you can purchase some dried foods and things of that. You do find some just utensil stuff like belts, some boots, hats. There's a couple backpacks. There's some sleeping rolls. Just basic general items. Pretty much what you would find in a pack you find here. Ink, parchment, tinderbox. Anything in specific you're looking for?
So is there any kind of club? Because I'm sure Findral's clothing is just absolutely...
It is
just
tatters.
just dicked on. So is there anything in there that is up to his standard to put on? Let's just put it that way. Because he's feeling pretty good now that he's finally got a rest. I mean, other than the
honestly,
devastation.
roll a d20.
Okay.
No modifier, just roll it.
15.
15. If it wasn't dire situation, you'd say, fuck no, there's nothing here that's worth a damn. But you're in a bit of a spot, and there is a black cloak that you think would be all right. It's got,
I guess.
And you know, actually, I'll let you kind of describe what you think. It'd be something that you just barely are okay with. What does it look like? I'm gonna let you describe this. What does it look like?
So it's going to be
solid gold.
Yeah. It's
Just
actually
barely okay with it.
It's got diamonds bordered around,
And it's nothing like
very poofy.
It's nothing that's particularly that's like by your standards. You know, you probably wouldn't wear this if normally, but you know, it's not got like diamonds and stuff. But it's probably the nicest
It's
thing
not
in
like
the store.
super valuable.
Yeah, but it's probably the nicest thing in the store.
Is it just a cloak, or is it like a cloak? Like
It's
we'll
robes,
always-
so it'd be like
okay.
robes.
Okay,
like-
it's just robes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be this silky purple robe that has kind of like an embroidery around the sleeves, like a goldish embroidery around the sleeves and the
Okay.
edges of the hood.
All right. Okay. Silky purple robes, gold embroidery.
Everyone else probably thinks it looks pretty damn nice, and Findra's like, ugh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, this old thing?
Yes.
Findrar is not very happy, but
Yeah.
he's content. He's content, okay?
Okay.
After he's rummaged this dead woman's body for everything she's had.
Okay.
He's also going to take some food rations, and I guess
Yeah.
he's just going to leave.
Okay. The rest of you now finish. Well, Vallaki and Xantix, you finish your long rest. Toad and Van Renfield are still out. What would you all like to do? Actually, no, sorry. Xantix, you take 6 hours, correct?
Take 6 hours.
Malachi.
So Malachi will finish.
You're done. Xantix has 2 more hours. Van Renfield and Toad have 4 more hours.
Shit, I'm gonna go loot dead bodies outside.
Okay, make a perception check.
See if I can find that one bitch's body that I stiff armed.
Boys, we're a bunch of bastards.
She's probably not doing great.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's my strength. 12.
12. It's kind of hard
Am I
to
still
find.
blessed?
No.
Nah.
It is kind of
I'm
hard.
gonna add one of my. Wait, one
Yeah,
second.
go
I'm
ahead.
adding. No, that's not the right. That's fine. Oh, 13.
13. Yeah, it's
Rolled
kind
a
of
1 on my d6.
it's kind of hard to find things in the chaos. You do find some some money here and there. It takes you. I'm gonna say you spend about the next 4 hours searching.
Yeah, I'm just killing time.
You do.
I'm gonna make it
find-
look like I'm cleaning, but I'm really like picking up bodies and seeing what they got. And
Oh, roll a deception check then.
Okay. 24.
24. Yeah, nobody even bats an eye. They're like, thank you for your help as you're taking care of bodies. You find over your entire search, you find about 36 gold pieces and 27 silver pieces. You also, there's plenty of clothes and like belts and things like that. Nothing magical, of course, but You find some decent items. You find another pocket watch. This one's made of like just a flimsy metal, nothing silver. It's nothing very valuable. You do find that one person has a pearl ring that has a gold band that looks decently valuable, but it's kind of a flawed pearl, so you're not really sure. But that's about the extent of what you're able to find.
Okay.
Chase, how much was in that big bag of silver, are we saying?
Oh, the one you had. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second. I believe.
Also, if everyone can just make notes, like individual notes of everything you found.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not.
Make it easy on the ledger maker. You find there's 30 pieces of silver in that bag.
I literally already had it set to 30. I was like, it's gotta be.
Yep. Okay. Xantix, you finish up your long rest. Are you doing anything before the others wake up?
I'm gonna go and actually help people.
Okay, yes.
Concept, I know.
Roll a general charisma check, Xantix.
What a loser.
Okay. Can I have Piddlewick help me?
Yes, actually. Yes.
Yes.
I like the idea of him failing a charisma check though, and everyone like doesn't even want his help because he's a freaking robot.
You know where my head's going.
But I got a little
Like,
dancing.
wow.
I got a little dancing robot with me.
They're like, why don't you help as much as your friend over there?
Okay,
Hey,
that's
Vallaki did enough in his opinion.
that's a 16 minus 1, 15.
Okay. You are people. They seem a bit nervous that there's a robot man, but they seem at this point willing to let you help, and no one turns it away. No one really even gives you any attitude. Just they appreciate the help at this point. You do wander through town, and you see that most people are flocking either towards the chapel or towards the Blue Water Inn. All right.
Okay.
And at this point, Van Renfield and Toad, you have woken up. So has Anya, and it is Malachi. It is now. You can barely tell that it's morning time. And at this point, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Sick.
All right, I'm gonna start
All
that
right.
process.
Yeah.
Jesus
the
Christ.
the party has now leveled up to level 6.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone but
So-
Zimnist. Just kidding.
Everyone has now woken up.
Oh, fuck yeah, I get another blood curse.
You
I have another cool ability that I will wait to disclose.
Xantix
I've also
and
got a cool ability.
Malachi and Findraw, as y'all are wandering about the streets, either helping or looting or
We leveled up.
doing whatever it is you're doing,
Yeah, we're starting also.
you do begin to notice, and I think probably Findraw, Xantix, you would be the closest at the end. You see that there are now a few guards walking about the streets. Xantix, you begin to notice that some of these guards are going door to door knocking on houses. And you overhear one of them beginning to tell people that they are required to attend the festival in the town square under the Baron's orders.
No rain days, apparently.
You see that there are some people who... It seems that most people are just sort of exhausted to the point, and these guards are... Most of them being assertive, and many of these people begin to slowly walk out of their homes towards the town center. You, Xantix, since you were wanting to help, you did end up at the Blue Water Inn, or at least in that area, because that's where the most of the people were that needed help. You do see a contingent of 3 guards making their way to the front door of the Blue Water Inn and knocking. Danica opens, and you hear the guards. Are you in the Blue Water Inn, or do you want to be outside?
Let me flip a coin real quick. I'm in. I'm
You're in.
inside.
Danica sort of says to some people, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. She walks to the door and opens it, and the 3 guards are standing there. And immediately the one in front goes, "The Baron has requested that everyone attend the festival in the town center. Attendance is required." Danica sort of looks back at everyone and sort of looks to him and goes, "You can't be serious. Many of these people are barely alive. Many of us can't move. How does the Baron expect us to meet in the town center?" And the guard cuts her off and goes, "The Baron has demanded attendance. All are required." And he sort of steps aside and ushers for her to exit the inn. Malachi, you see this happening as well. Just at different houses. You're not outside the Blue Water Inn, but you see this happening around the streets. And people do begin to funnel out. Malachi, you see 2 guards quickly rush over to a building as a man begins to shout at a guard, telling him basically, "I'm not going with you. We barely survived last night. I'm trying to take care of my children. We're not leaving our house." And you see one of the guards crack him in the face with the blunt end of his spear, and the man falls to the ground with a bloody nose, and his wife and child rush up to him and begin to help him up as 2 more guards approach and begin to force them out of their house and towards the town square.
Who sees this?
This is
You said
Malachi.
Malachi?
Yeah.
Am I anywhere close to Malachi?
You are, I'd say you're closer to the town center,
Okay.
Findraw.
Okay.
And Findraw, you actually begin to see a contingent of about 5 guards led by Isaac begin to corral people in the town square and begin forcing them to create a large pile of wood in the center of the square where the stockades were, as Isaac and a few other guards just begin to take open the stockades and throw the bodies that were inside to the side as they begin to pile a large pile of kindling in the center of the square. Van Renfield and Toad, you all actually hear a knock on the door as well. A fist pounding as two guards approach that door as well. Anya comes out of her house very sleepily, exhausted, and just rubbing her eyes and goes, "What by the morning, Lord, could this be now?" Opens the door, and you get much of the same thing. The guards are demanding that everyone meet in the town center.
Where am I?
You
right
and
now?
Toad are in Anya's shop.
All right, I want to walk out of the shop and is the shop near town square?
No, the shop is at the very north end of town.
All right, when I walk out of the shop, do I hear or see anything? Can I see this commotion, or is it calm where I am?
You see some people in the distance are beginning to or have started moving towards the town square. You're pretty much like the last house they would have to hit while clearing this whole street.
But I see them coming.
No, they're heading away from you. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. I want to if I have a reason to go that way, I want to go that way. Unless if I don't notice it, I want to head toward the church.
Oh yeah. Well, the guards have come to the door.
Saying.
You were in Anya's shop when the guards came and knocked on the door.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I want to just get out and head toward the town center.
Okay. Anya just sort of sighs and grabs her quarterstaff and begins to follow as well, looking at you, Toad, and just goes, "Well, I guess some things never change."
I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Xantix, Danica, after a bit of an argument, does eventually say, "All right, I suppose we're requested. Help someone if you can," and she begins to help an older man whose leg was broken.
I'll before leaving, is it possible for me to quickly fashion some crutches for people?
Yeah, I'd say
With
throughout the night, roll a tinkering check.
Okay. Did we say what skill that is?
We did
Dexterity?
intelligence. Yeah, intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So that's 6 plus 2 plus. But that doesn't change. Okay. What is our proficiency bonus? I have a different thing pulled up. So it's plus 5, I think. I think it's plus 3.
It's plus 3.
Okay. So that's 6 plus 5, 11.
11. There's really not much material. You kind of have to break some of Anya's chairs, but she seems okay with it and use the wood. Nothing particularly great. It's this person's. A lot of the people who you do make crutches for are still going to need a lot of help.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit better.
It is a little better. It's just they're still going to need help.
Yeah.
They don't have to be literally carried.
Yeah. Cool. And I'll move with the group. I'll move.
Okay. It takes. What about you, Findral? You're sort of on your own, and no one's quite accosted you yet. But are you making your way towards the town center?
Findral is going to get enough range to be, I guess. So he's going to move to the center but he's going to get a vantage point. So I don't know if those houses, there's a house within like 30 foot, like a second story that he can sneak into. I don't know.
Roll a stealth check, yeah.
Okay. $15.
15. You find a house that is it looks very abandoned. It looks to have been ransacked. You find a few dead bodies upstairs, but you do find a rather quiet, and some guards do enter the building as they're looking to see if anyone's squatting out, but you manage to remain quiet enough upstairs as they sort of see the dead bodies that you pass by and say, all right, well, I guess no one's here. Let's go.
Okay. And does it have a vantage point to look into the square? Is it close enough? Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's why I'm staying or looking over or overlooking the town square.
As you all enter the town square, you see Isaac and 12 guards have begun to are finishing up forcing a group of commoners and servants to finish the construction of a great pyre in the center of the square. You see that Isaac is now covering the pyre with oil, and the air right now is still very cold and misty. The rain is still coming down lightly, but everyone sort of gathers in the town, and people are huddling in blankets. A lot of people look very cold. You hear a lot of moans as people just look exhausted. You all do meet up with Xemnas, who is also there, who seems to have been corralled with a group he was helping as well. But as everyone gathers in the square, eventually you see the Baron walk through the square, and he looks as if nothing has happened. His clothes are still neat and pressed. He has his cane.
Oh, he fucking called it.
His wife is walking at his side, and he has sort of a smile as he walks in, and the guards clear a path for him to walk through. And he steps in the center, just on the edge of the pyre, and everyone's sort of circled around this massive pyre. And he turns and to everyone and goes, "It has been quite a long night, I know, but I am your Baron, and I promise all will be well. The devil may have come, but he was not enough to defeat our strong town, for we have survived. Have faith in that, and know that all will be well, as long as I am your Baron."
I'm gonna make an inside check because he did it once, so
Yeah, roll insight.
he feels confident. He shouldn't, but he does. Maybe he should.
What'd you roll?
21 with my past life.
21.
21.
You are immediately able to tell that he clearly has not seen pretty much anything of what happened last night. Your guess is that he probably was held up in his manor and didn't have to deal with any of it.
How far away is this guy? Like, where is he?
I mean, Are you? I mean, you're in the middle of the crowd, I'd say.
I'm in the crowd, yeah.
Unless you
So,
want to
like,
push your
is
way to the
he-
front, but he's. I mean, through all these people, he's probably about 50 feet away from you.
I want to I do want to push my way to the front.
Okay.
And like, how close? How like, if I'm just at the front, but like still where people are, like obviously not like
20 feet away.
Like, okay. And he's like on my level, like.
Yeah.
Oh, I have dark desires.
But he kind of turns and goes, Isaac, the torch. And you see Isaac. He pulls out a torch and he holds it in his right hand, and with his giant clawed, fiendish left hand, he just produces a fire that catches the torch immediately. And he hands it to the bear.
Isaac?
Go ahead.
Does Isaac look like he was out fighting last night, or is he like he was chilling?
With your insight, Isaac looks like he may have done some fighting last night, but he seems not tired, not bothered. He hands the torch to the Baron, and the Baron takes it and goes, with this, I begin the Festival of the Blazing Sun. And with this, I commemorate that all will be well, and that the devil will never have hold of this city, so long as I am your Baron. And he lowers the torch, and as it touches the wood, it begins to sort of sputter, and he holds it there for a moment as the rain comes down, and slowly the torch begins to dwindle, and he shoves the torch further into the wood, and you just see a bit of smoke and sizzle. He stands there and he goes, Isaac, another torch. And Isaac goes, yes, of course. And he pulls out another torch and begins to light it, and in the crowd, you hear someone, a very faint but sort of a grumble, this is ridiculous. As soon as he says that, you see the Baron's eyes go wide as he turns around and goes, who said that? Well, who said it? And there's a pause for a moment. And the Baron just turns to two of his guards and Isaac, and he goes, find me whoever said that. Isaac goes, lights the torch and hands it to the Baron. He goes, with pleasure. And he pulls out his battle axe from his waist, and he and the two guards begin to very aggressively push through the crowd. You see them knocking over a great number of people, a couple of the people, Xantix, that you made crutches for, as they fall to the ground. And they push their way through, and you hear Isaac go, well, who said it? And it takes a moment, and you hear a man go, I did. And it's a man that you all don't recognize. But he steps forward, and he goes, I said it. This is ridiculous. These people are injured. We've been through hell this night. And you want to throw a festival? We should be tending to our wounded, helping people. And Isaac slowly steps towards him and goes, and drives his fiendish fist into the man's stomach. And as the man collapses, Isaac grabs him by the back of his coat and begins to drag him through the crowd towards the stockade. Unlocks it and grabs the man's head and throws it in, and you see the man kind of choke a bit as his neck is slammed into the stockade and it's slammed shut. And Isaac turns around and goes, anyone else?
So how far away are we're not like super close? Who is next to me?
If you want to push up close to the front, it's not hard. I mean, people are.
I want to whisper. I want to whisper in Van Renfield's ear. Maybe we should go maybe we should go move those bones.
I think I just have I can't fight this thing that I want to do, and I'm just gonna fucking do it. It's like the dumbest thing ever, but whatever. I want to walk straight up to the Baron, pull my sword out, rip my wrist, ignite it in flame, and I want to just hit him with 2 fucking sword stabs. I just want to murder him.
Well, I'm glad you did it. Let's just put it that way. God. I was waiting.
Okay.
I just can't fight it.
Van Renfield, you walk up and just begin and cut your wrist.
I take 4 damage.
As soon as you do that,
surprise round.
As soon as you do that, Isaac and the other guards ready their weapons. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Well, can I get like a surprise attack on this Baron?
No, because as you walk up and slit your wrist, you're going to be very, very close to him, but
yeah,
the other guards are sort of right there.
Well, if you didn't do it, I was going to cause collateral damage with the foul ball, so it's all right.
We're going to use Theater of the Mind, because this is a lot of people, and I don't have enough tokens.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sorry, but I am very sorry.
Yeah, Malik, I was about to go off and move the bones.
I think we're all in a consensus together on this one.
Okay, Findral, what's your initiative?
10.
Malachi.
Also, if there is a
18.
time to revolt in this town, it is right now. The discontent is at peak.
Xantix.
8.
Toad.
That's 1 more than last time.
9.
Oof. Okay.
I beat you.
Oh.
Piddlewick didn't do good either. Van Renfield.
9.
Okay.
God dang, we fucking suck, guys.
The initiative rolls are killing me this time.
Yep.
I'm blaming on not being exhausted.
Yeah, you really needed that.
You don't have that jittery edge.
As I say, when I was exhausted, I was rolling nat 20s and everything. Now that I'm ready to go.
Okay. Oof. That's rough. Okay. All right. At the start, on top of the stockades, Van Renfield, you have now approached. You're 5 feet away from the Baron as you slit your wrist, and he is recoiling. His 2 mastiffs are by his side, and they begin to growl. Isaac, on top of the stockades, just sort of... All right, then. Real quick, I need everyone's max HP. Malachi, what's your max HP?
Let me pull it up. I leveled up. 45.
45.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, Zimnis's is...
Oh, I got a new spell.
Just put him in.
I haven't messed with my spell slots yet. Oh, I guess I should before the battle.
You took a long rest.
Findral, what's your max HP?
32, but I haven't leveled up yet.
Okay. Van Renfield, what's yours?
Let Let me level up real quick and I'll do that.
44.
Okay. Toad, what's yours?
39.
No, sorry, my max is 52 now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
How do I level up, Chase?
Xantix, what's yours?
I think mine auto did it. Okay. 38.
Okay. All right. Okay. Isaac immediately ready has his battle axe in hand, and he from atop the these stockades is going to hurl a ball of flame at you, Van Renfield. However, you are just ready for it, and you just slit your wrist. You don't even look at him. You just raise your cross shield, and the fire just cracks against the shield and just fizzles out. Isaac does, however, leap down from the stockade and approach you, and he's right next to you, ready to make an attack. But Malachi, it is your turn. You're about 10 feet away at the very front of the crowd as people begin to scatter around you. There are 12 guards surrounding the circle. There's about 8. There's 2. There's one on each side of you, and they're in pretty much a big circle around the crowd. They're also 10 feet away from you in both directions.
Chase, do you think it would be helpful to just do like a line for like the circle of guards and then like where the Baron is and kind of? I don't want to make it too complicated. I just want to make it.
Okay, there's the stockades.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is. There's the pyre. Okay. Valley. Where is everyone? Okay. So I mean, we have a guard here, like a guard here.
We don't need to necessarily do all the individual. I mean,
Yeah,
do what you want.
It's just there's guards in all these directions. These black
Yeah.
guards.
Okay. Malachi is gonna run up to that middle, spin aside, and slam it down and cast fear. Just this wave of just terror to. And it's a 30-foot radius, so 60-foot diameter, and
Okay.
just fucking try to scare the absolute living shit out of everyone.
Okay.
Love it.
So
I
it
love
is, so it's a
this.
30-foot cone.
Oh, it's a cone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step back and just to where I get everyone and just go straight like Mistigan from fucking Fairy Tale with a stave, with the scythe, just a wave of terror. So I guess in this case, I'll move. I'll stay where I move to where I get the Baron and just like half the guards
Okay.
and just fucking terrorize these bitches.
So we're gonna do like. Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, it's gonna get about half of everybody. Okay.
Yeah. So
Let's go
yeah,
ahead.
they have to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. And what's your DC?
Let me check what it is currently. It's still 14.
Okay. Half of these guards, the Baron, half of these, all the guards that are caught in the cone, so half of the total guards, 6 of them, and the Baron immediately look horrified. Isaac and the 2 Mastiffs, however, look unfazed.
And then I'm gonna cast my Hexblade's Curse on Isaac. It's
Okay.
a
You reach up
Say,
and-
how can we defend that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach up and go.
Okay. All right. It is now the Baron's turn. And he is going to immediately try to run away. And so, Van Renfield, if you want to take your attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah, I do. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. The Baron just sort of, as he sees you, just Malachi just slam your staff down, black energy flowing out as your eyes glow purple, and you just and just you see shadows of undeath like emanate around you. Isaac sort of grins, but the Baron just looks horrified and just demon, he's the devil, kill him, and he points at you and runs away. And then Renfield, you take your sword and make your attack.
Oh my god, yes, it's 20 damage.
As you just bring out your sword and the Baron begins to run away, and you just bring your flaming sword and just cleave right into the Baron, breaking through his breastplate halfway down through to his sternum as he just and you just rip your sword free, and the Baron's lifeless body falls to the ground.
So then I want to like turn and like lock eyes with Isaac. Oh wait, no, sorry, this isn't my turn. This is just an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Amazing that I killed him on an attack of opportunity. But all right, so I just turn and I lock eyes with like Isaac. I know he's coming for me next.
All right, half of the guards immediately begin to run away, fleeing back into the crowd from Malachi. It is now Xemnas's turn. And Xemnas is going to step forward through the crowd with his bow drawn just beside you, Malachi, aimed directly towards Isaac and say, I think this is over, friend. The other guards have their spears ready. It's not quite their turn yet. Fendraw, it's your turn.
All right, so let me see. I'm in a building overlooking all this.
You're
crap.
about like
Where is...
back here. I'd say you're probably about 75 feet away from the Baron.
Well, the Baron's dead.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, but yeah, away from
All right.
Isaac.
Where is he at? I can't. Is that him? That
Isaac's
little
right here.
ugly looking guy.
This guy's dead.
Well,
But we'll make this Isaac now. Isaac's right there.
Well, that was the Baron, right? The guy that you just moved.
Yeah,
right?
Baron's
I'm
dead
fucking
right there.
pissed I didn't kill the
All right,
Baron
well,
with holy hellfire flail.
Then Renfield's about 10 squares away. Okay, so I'm assuming those buildings over here to the...
There's pretty much buildings like all around the outer.
Okay, well, I'm going to shoot a fireball straight into the closest building. I guess as an intimidation thing.
Okay, roll yeah.
What would I roll?
Roll an intimidation.
$18.
18.
Oh, -2. 16. Well, I got
16.
-2.
Let me see. Okay, you fling out through a fireball that shoots across the direction and just phew, and strikes through a window and just explodes the second story of the Sunshine Supply Shop, and just debris and glass and yeah, I guess debris just scatters all throughout the town square, and
Debris and glass and
also debris.
Garments.
yes, exactly. The guards sort of kneel down and look around and look a bit scared, but they still ready their shields. Isaac seems unfazed. However, the two mastiffs run in the opposite direction and flee away after their master is dead.
I do have one question.
Go ahead.
So, so Baron died on my turn running from a fear spell.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my new ability on him? Even I didn't hit him to death, but he was frenzied by my spell.
What are the rules say?
Whenever I slay a humanoid.
I'm gonna say no, just because
I didn't know.
just because I'm worried about the implications of that.
I didn't know because it was like from my fear spell.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that you gotta deal the blow.
That's fine and valid.
Yeah. All right. It is now Toad, your turn. There are now 6 guards and Isaac standing there. The guards just look as they're just hesitantly holding their spears. Isaac looks just almost, you expected him to be a bit horrified, but he's just grinning.
How far away am I from all of this?
We'll say that you were close to the center, so you're about right there.
Cool. Okay, I'm first gonna hide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
$18.
18. Okay.
And then I'm going to aim my short bow and try to hit Isaac.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Nice. Okay. 22.
That hits.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see. 3d6, 4d6 plus 4. Okay. $21 points of damage.
Okay, as a arrow looses through the scattering crowd and just strikes Isaac directly in his fiendish shoulder, piercing through his studded leather armor as he just... All right, then. All right. Would you like to move at all?
I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, Van Renfield, it is your turn.
Hell yeah. When can I do my bonus action before I do my attack or anything?
What bonus? It depends on the bonus action.
The bonus action is where is it? My blood maledict, and I want to do curse of binding.
Yeah. Do it.
I want to do curse of binding on Isaac. He's within 30 feet of me, right?
Yeah, he's literally right next to you.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Great. I want to do curse of binding on him. So he has to do a strength saving throw against a 12.
He fails.
And his speed is reduced to 0, and he can't use reactions until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Sick.
And so I just want to like walk up to him, and I want to stab him or slash at him twice with my long sword.
All right. Not using the flail, huh?
No, I've already cast my Crimson Rite.
Yeah,
on
I
this
got you.
thing.
I got you.
don't want it yet. Okay, fuck yeah. So that first one is an 18 plus 5 to
That
hit.
hits.
I assume that hits. And the second one is a 17 plus 5 to
That
hit,
hits.
which I assume hits. And so I'm going to do. Oh my god. 23 damage.
23 damage.
And then as I do this, can I take multiple bonus actions in a turn?
You can only take one bonus action per turn.
Okay, damn. All right, I have a fucking sick one that I wanted to do, but all right.
Was it Brand of Castigation?
Yes, but we'll say that.
All right, so you feeling this fiendish, you feel the book at your side, Van Renfield.
I mean, I'm just enraged, by the way. Like, this is all
coming
out of me just, like, seeing this stuff going down, and I just have murdered the Baron, and I'm just raging up to this guy.
And you feel, Van Renfield, you feel the book at your side just burning red hot, and you all around you can actually see the book begin to almost emanate a fire-like aura. As Van Renfield, his eyes even glowing a bit orange as he just raises out his hand, and all of a sudden Isaac has these infernal chains come up from the ground and wrap around his legs as they bind his legs to the ground, and he just begins to struggle, unable, and Van Renfield just walks forward and just thrusts his sword into Isaac's stomach, and it just catches at his side as it's just two quick stabs, the fire beginning to scald his studded leather as he just and he just screams out and goes and you can see now there's fear in his eyes for the first time you've seen him, but there still is this wicked grin on his face.
Oh, this bam. All right, I'm done.
All right, Xantix, you are up.
Oh shit. Okay. So up on the stage, so we've got Isaac and then a bunch of guards still.
Yeah, there's 6 guards around here. These black dots.
Oh, the black dots are the guards. Got it. Okay.
And Isaac's not on the stage anymore. He hopped down and he's near me.
Yeah.
He's like right by me.
What you doing?
I'm counting real quick.
I got an attack of opportunity. I didn't realize he jumped down to 10 feet.
That was before you moved.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'll be able to catch all. I can
What you
catch
casting?
4 of them.
What are you casting? Is it Grease?
It's no. No, it's a new spell.
Oh.
Hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
Who is that right down at the bottom? Oh, is that Isaac? Is he the token?
Yeah, that's Isaac. I don't have my Isaac token out, so we're calling him Isaac.
Okay. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is it
10, 15,
a
20,
30-foot cube?
30! Ah! I can get them all! So, no. Put it lower down. At the... I want to catch Isaac in it. If there's... So, like, starting from the guard on his right.
So it's gonna be like right there.
Yeah, ish. And I want to cast it so that it'll catch the guy on the right in it too. So I'll cast it. Yeah, it should hit. Yeah, 15. Yeah, it should hit all those boys.
Okay.
They all have to make wisdom saving throws.
Guards fail. Isaac rolls a nat 20 on that.
Well, shit. Okay, well, the guards, at the very least, Oh, that's the wrong spell. Go ahead.
Creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed, the spell creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. So these 3 guards just immediately just kind of go, oh, and just kind of look at what does it look like, these patterns?
So I think that it's just for a moment, it's like the area just like clouds like completely, and then completely dissipates. It just looks like a swirling cube of mist of like rainbow colors.
Gotcha.
And then just as soon as it appears, it disappears.
Okay.
And I'll call out to the rest of them. They're stunned. Ignore them.
Okay. Piddlewick. Let's see. Is going to run up here and cast Mage Hand and just begin poking Isaac in the face.
Good boy. Good
as
boy.
Piddlewick looks around at you and just begins to clap as his Mage Hand just starts poking Isaac in the face, and Isaac just Is Xantix 2 doing anything?
Xantix 2 will fly up and distract Isaac for Van Renfield.
Isaac.
Or whoever attacks next, yes.
Isaac now. These 3 guards here are now going to rush forward. So these 2 are actually going to run straight through because they have no idea what's going on. And they are going to have to. Does it happen if you?
No,
enter?
it's no. It's just on the moment that I cast the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rush
they're
through.
not affected. It's just those 3 that I caught in it. Yeah.
All right. Only one of them is going to be able to make through this gap, Van Renfield. So one of them is going to make a spear attack against you.
Bring it.
Ooh, that's a nat 20. Okay.
Don't bring it.
He's bringing it.
Take it away.
Bring it.
Take
He
it
wasn't
away.
one of
Take
the-
it away.
Give me the
He wasn't
pain.
one of the scared ones, frightened ones.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
The frightened ones are gone. I mean, they have run away.
Okay. Yeah.
That is 9 points of piercing damage.
I take it, but I'm in such a state of mystical rage that I don't even react to it.
No, your ember-like eyes right now are just fixated on Isaac. Okay. Isaac, however, is just furious, and he's gonna swing out at his with his axe at both the Mage Hand and Xantix 2, as they're the things currently flustering in his face. That hits. His axe swipes through the Mage Hand and dissipates that spell. However, when he swings out towards Xantix 2 is quick enough to flutter back away and then get right back in his face. So Isaac is just standing there, just gritting his teeth. Malachite, it is your turn.
All right. Malachi hates this guy. He's already cursed him. I'm gonna stay right where I. Yeah, he's within 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll just smack the shit out of this dude with the scythe.
Okay.
Alrighty. List it up. Sorry, my phone had died for a second. That's what I ran and grabbed. All right, I got it. That's the wrong one.
I'm seriously so mad I did not kill the Baron with the Hellfire Flail. Like,
22.
Doesn't it condemn souls once you kill him?
22.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
it sends him straight
that
to
hits.
hell and
What
turns
about
him
your second
into
attack?
a groveling demon.
22
worm.
again.
22, that hits. And your third?
And the third. 18.
That also hits.
Awesome.
Shame,
Alright, so
Craig,
let's
shame.
see. 13 plus. Sorry, I'm getting all the damage
Good.
at once. So it's 13. So what happens when you attack that many times?
Yeah, exactly.
13 plus. God, dude, that's 30 damage. No, 27 damage.
27 damage.
Yes.
As you just slice, and then crack him over the nose with the Londonier staff.
Oh, 28.
Okay. You see a massive cut on his fiendish pectoral. You see a gash that cuts through his studded leather armor on his chest, and now his nose is broken after the blunt end of your blunt end of your scythe. He just kind of grits his teeth and just growls. All right, those guards are hypnotized. Xemnas is going to go ahead and use his... Since he held his action, I'm going to let him go twice right now. So he is going to...
Also, just for reference, I don't know if you like re-rolled for them, but they don't get a re-roll.
No, they... Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept him going.
Cool.
All right. Xemnas now is going to fire his bow at the two guards that are assaulting Van Renfield first. Fires 2 arrows into the one right in front who stabbed at Van Renfield, and the 2 arrows just hit him right in the chest, and he just falls backwards as the arrows pierced straight through his chainmail, and that guard is dead. Then Xemnas is going to send Bloodhawk out to attack Isaac. And it gets advantage because pack tactics.
Just kind of curious, Chase, is the
Yeah.
crowd just like immediately dispersing and running, or
There's
are
a
they watching
few in the
or-
back that are standing to watch, but many are getting people like to safety.
Yeah.
But you do notice that there are a couple. You don't really have time to look to see who they are, but there are a few who are watching.
They're like, you can do it.
The Baron's wife has fled immediately. She got out of there as soon as you approached Van Renfield. She ran.
Yeah, she knows the guillotines are coming out for her next.
Okay.
Oh, she escaped. I didn't even think about that
Yeah,
bitch.
she ran away.
Ham.
I don't have beef with her.
All right.
She's just a
Bloodhawk
gold digger.
doing 7 points of damage. Okay. It
Case,
is
what's
now-
the crowd doing at this point?
They're sort of scattering. There's a few in the back, but many of the people up front have scattered. There's
what
a
I
few
just
people that are
asked.
lingering around. You don't really have...
I went away for a
Okay.
moment.
There are a few people around you. If you want to take a free action during your turn to sort of get your bearings, I'll let you. But as of right now, you're not quite sure who's staying and who's going, because this has all happened. I mean, this has been about 18 seconds. No, this has been about 12 seconds. So
I just wasn't sure if
sure.
They're
They're scattering though. Toad, you're up. Or sorry, Findral.
Two.
Findraw's up. Findraw's up.
What was I say? Okay, so how far am I away from good old Edward Scissorhands?
Isaac?
Yeah,
You're about 50 feet.
50 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I got a new thing. Let me see. I'm 50 foot. Sweet. I'm gonna cast momentary stasis on him.
You do
Rad.
see that he already can't move, but let's see. What does momentary stasis do?
I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, he's double not gonna move. All right.
Is that on your spell list right now?
It's on my action list. It's the. I guess
Oh
a
yeah.
passive.
Oh, it's a chronology.
It just unlocked level 6.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. He fails. Encase in a field of magical energy until the end of your next turn, or until while encased in this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. Okay.
Or is it
it's
just
a
not moving? He's incapacitated, son.
That's true.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
a
the most
beast.
effective coup.
Put him to sleep.
It's a
Um,
beast of a fucking ability.
So is he? Does that mean he's unconscious?
That's nasty.
Yes.
No, he just.
Just incapacitated.
That's not unconscious though.
Yeah, but
That's just
yeah.
he can't
Unconscious
move.
is also incapacitated, but it has other things. So this just means he can't move. But I think we get an advantage against him, right?
No, he's just can't take actions or reactions.
Okay.
Okay, so he now is just stiff. His eyes are just moving around frantically, but his body looks still. Okay.
I'm also gonna cast a spell on him. Or was that take my action up? Casting that.
I believe that is an action, but let's see. As an action, yeah, that's an action.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I end it though.
All right, Toad, now it's your turn.
These guys should
Hey,
not have pissed us off right after we leveled up.
This is what happens
Yeah,
when you guys actually get a long rest, too.
And have all of our weapons.
Yes.
This is also a party of 0
Concept.
healers.
All right, Toad, you're up.
I'm gonna hide again.
Okay, there's just enough people for you to duck behind someone. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
27.
That'll do.
Oh yeah, Chase. Am I still kind of hidden? People know where these spells are coming from?
Yeah. The fireball was pretty clear.
Alright, just wondering.
And I'm going to.
Could you mute, Chris?
try to hit Isaac.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to hit Isaac again with my short bow.
Go ahead. Roll with advantage. Isaac's not looking great, by the way.
19.
19.
19.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope not. I did like 30 damage to him.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Please kill him.
Let's see. Did you... Hold on. You didn't get another dice, did you? Nope. It's only a measly 4 d6s. So 4d6 plus 4.
23 points of damage.
23
That's
points
a
of...
freaking tank.
Yeah. As you fire out another arrow that this time lodges into Isaac's other shoulder, and he's not even able to move, even just react from it. He just... but he looks very rough. He's now got blood coming out of his mouth.
I want to kill him so bad.
He is
so I can do my new thing to
looking
him.
very, very rough. It is now your turn, Van Renfield.
You what?
All right.
He looks
You know what I
rough.
want to do. I want to hit him with my freaking long sword. And let me tell you, I don't. If this, I'm not even gonna say it because it might not. I'm gonna hit him twice. So, first roll is a 2 + 5. That does not. But the second roll is a 15 + 5.
That hits.
That hits. All right. And my damage is going to be 10. And I want to cast my Brand of Castigation. So basically, as I do this, I want to hit him with my sword, and then as I hit him, my flames on my sword get like burning so like insanely red hot that you see a mark that's on the handguard of my sword starts to like glow red. And after I slice him, I brand it into his forehead, and it does this like hot glowing red brand on him.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm gonna decapitate this bitch for you.
Okay, so you slice him with your sword, and he just coughs up blood, and he just and as he breathes his final breath, you burn the mark into his forehead. So he just coughs up blood. And then his body
and I
is
just want to like. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, his body is stuck in stasis as he just can't move. His life just leaves his eyes, and a sizzling burn mark on his forehead.
Yeah, and I just want to like.
Watching?
And I just want to like. I just scream like, "Ah!" And my sword is just like ripping hot, like the flames are just like roaring. It's like insane.
All right. At that moment, the last remaining guard drops his sword and runs away.
I'm gonna attack him.
Oh,
Okay.
Dude, I'm fucking killing
Xantix, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run up to one
Dude,
of
I'm
the
not gonna attack of
guards.
opportunity.
Yeah, he's right there. He's way far away. He's 20 feet away from you.
Oh, I thought that was another guy.
No.
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm
What are
gonna
you doing,
run up
Xantix?
to the guard that's closest and say, "Oh gosh, I want information really quickly." Excuse me. Where does the Baron keep all of his best documents?
He immediately comes out of his hypnosis and just and he looks around.
I still have concentration on him.
Oh, well, let's see. What's the exact? Can he speak in this state?
If he's incapacitated, but he's able to speak,
Oh yeah, he's charmed by
and
it.
he's charmed, so I have advantage on charisma.
He continues to stare out at the hypnotic pattern. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. 19 on the dice, so 18.
18. He continues to stare at the pattern and he goes, "He has a library in the mansion."
Where does he have everything hidden in there?
I don't know.
What do you know?
Yeah, he has a library in the mansion.
Where would he keep the Baroness?
The Baroness? I'd suppose in his quarters.
In times of trouble?
That's where they were last night.
Okay. That's all I got. Unless someone else has
Now,
something.
Malachi,
to
are you
ask.
just chasing down this guard?
Yeah.
All right, this guard just is running for his absolute life, just screaming, "Please, please don't, I'm sorry!" Throwing down his spear. Are you still chasing after him?
Yeah.
All right, it didn't take long, and you catch up to him, and he's pretty defenseless if you want to just cut him down.
Oh, I've got something else I want to ask. If that's
Did that guy hit anyone in our party?
No, he didn't.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him. Be like, who's in charge around here?
So when you catch up to him, he just sort of shrivels in a circle, and he goes, "The Baron was in charge. Isaac was. No one's in charge
Who's in
now."
charge?
We just murdered everyone who's in charge.
Roll an intimidation check.
How can I say it, sir? Who is in charge now? Alright, so I'll pull it back up. I didn't expect this actually. Skills? Intimidation, you said?
Yes. You have
sweet.
a +6. Or wait. is
Okay.
that before level? Yeah, +6.
Oh, I added another 6 too with my whatchamacallit.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
So that's a 20.
20. He immediately goes, "Is it you? I'll tell you. You're in charge. Sure. I don't care. Please don't kill me."
That's damn right I am. And I'm just gonna blunt and like push him away.
And he just kind of nudges him away,
Tell
and
all
he
your
just runs
friends,
off down
buddy.
the street.
I'm gonna say, tell all your friends, especially the guys who are in my fear spell. That's it.
Jace, I've got one more thing to ask if it's
Yeah. What's up?
not too late. To ask the guard.
He's still standing there.
Okay. Where are the dungeons that they keep the townspeople in?
The dungeons. Well, there's a room in the burgomaster or in the baron's mansion.
Where?
It's on the 2nd floor.
I forgot about that. The re-education room.
Oh, Blake Cloud guy.
Did we chop the Baron's head off, or did we just cut him in half?
I
Nearly
cut him
in half.
basically in half.
Yeah,
But is
mostly.
he still like? Attached though?
So you're beginning to see that around you, a lot of people are beginning to sort of regather. And who approaches you all is Erwin Mardikov, the man who runs the inn with his wife. He approaches the rest of you with 2 men that you've seen around the inn before, and he goes, "By the morning, Lord, I can't say that I blame you for doing that, but, well, what do you plan to do now?"
Van Renfield like extinguishes his flaming sword in his sheath and like stands and like looks at the guy for a minute and then just like walks off and like broods into the distance, like breathing heavily.
You do see that, like, as people
As
are
is
beginning
tradition.
to, as some people are beginning to sort of gather back around and see that things are calm, you see a couple of people, and you do recognize them as 2 of the 3 survivors that were in the chapel with you all. And one of them,
Can I tell Piddlewick to tie up the 3 guards
Sure.
that we have?
Piddlewick just kind of claps and immediately begins to go tie them up. But one of these survivors just shouts, They did it! They killed the Baron! Those are the ones who saved the town last night! The devil himself came and they're the ones who stopped it. They saved the town and killed the Baron! The woman beside him goes, They did! They've saved the town! A few other ones go, Really? They killed the Baron? And you just sort of hear a few bits and whispers of the words like heroes and saviors. Until eventually people begin coming up to you and coming up to you all, even you, Van Renfield, as you're walking away, begin to come up to each of you and go, Thank you. You freed us. You freed our town. And they go, Thank you. You saved us.
I want to turn to them and go, "Free? You think that you're free? We may have killed one master, but there's still another. And until he's dead, None of you will ever be free. And I just turn and like strut off even
Van
more.
Renfield's voice echoes across the yard, and at all that moment, people begin to sort of quiet down as the people who are just thanking you now begin to look around nervously.
Vindrog's gonna go up to the Baron, and he's gonna take his tattled ass body, and he's gonna put his head in the stockos, right in the middle.
Okay. Findral, you slowly walk down in your new fancy purple robes
Nonchalantly, might I
without
add,
saying
just
a
like
word,
strutting.
and just walk up and begin to drag the body of the Baron and just slump him into the stockades. The man who was put in there by Isaac before is still there in the stockades, but the Baron's body is now a few stockades down from him, and it is slammed closed, and his body is just sort of a massive gaping wound from his neck and his shoulder just sort of sliding open as he's bloodied corpse slumped there.
We're gonna do the same for Isaac.
Can I say that before he goes up there and puts them there, I'll see that he does that, and I'll go let the other guy out.
Okay.
Well,
Just
I
so he's
was gonna
not-
let him out. I was gonna let him out too after I do the other.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Well, I wanted to do it before just so he's not like compared.
You then slump Isaac's body in there as well. And a few people begin to sort of, yeah, serves him right, yeah! Begin to sort of cheer as you do it. And the man you let out of the stockade, Xantix, sort of cracks his neck and rubs his wrist and goes, "Thank you for that, friend. I don't suppose that was all for my sake, but thank you anyway."
Right. It was not just for yours; it was for everyone's. But you were certainly the catalyst.
He holds
So
out
thank you.
He holds out his hand and he goes, "Name's Rowley, Pearson Rowley. A pleasure." And this man,
Xantix.
he's
I'll
a
shake.
yeah, okay. Shake his hand. This is a big man who's sort of looks a bit middle aged, but he's sort of balding with graying hair, and one of his eyes has a slight scar and is completely white, but the other one looks good. And actually, you can tell on the white eye that it was probably rendered white and injured from 3 massive claw marks down his face. Looked to be some sort of wolf-like bestial claw. But he shakes your hand and goes, "I think those two have had this a long time coming."
I believe so. I've not been here for very long, but it certainly appears so. Sorry, Chase, what was his name again?
Pearson Rowley.
Pearson Rowley? Oh, wait, we heard that name before, haven't we?
You have not.
Oh, okay.
Can I see this guy from where I'm standing?
You've
Chase,
walked
does that make
off.
sense?
You've walked
Yeah.
off.
I want to add.
Yes, I have.
I'll, is he an older man?
He's like, he looks a bit older than he probably like. He looks about middle-aged, probably, mid-50s, but he's got some gray hair and he looks just weathered.
Yeah. So, like, probably he's 50, like 35 in Strahd years.
I'd say you can probably guess around like mid to late 40s.
Gotcha.
I want to add when I'm moving these bodies, I'm also I searched them on the Stalos.
Roll a
But
perception
we can
check.
do that whenever. We can do that whenever the conversation is done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we got you out of there, but I believe our work's not done. This town is without a leader now. And I certainly doubt that it's going to be the Baroness for very long.
I don't think the people will want her around for very long, but I suppose it's a good thing to worry about.
You seem to be a speaker of the people.
Oh, I would not say that. Perhaps just an old fool, but...
Who do you think is?
Well, and he sort of looks to the side, and you can see that down amongst some of the people is Erwin Mardikov, still helping people as they sort of gather around and sort of explaining what happened. Pearson goes, Erwin's a good man, but a bit naive, perhaps. His wife's a stern one, but I don't think she would take too kindly to that sort of position. She's a quiet woman. But truth be told, I don't quite know who would be fit to run the city. It's a big task.
I have an idea, if you're willing to spread it amongst the people. It's an idea that it's a concept that I've researched. It has not really been implemented anywhere yet.
I'm ready to hear it.
It's called democracy.
Bran the Builder. Bran the Broken. Okay, he goes, I have not quite heard of it. What's this idea all about?
Instead of the rulers being passed down from generation to generation, the people of a town or city or nation vote, voice their opinion on who they think should lead them. And that person is the ruler for a time. And then another vote happens and someone else is. It's not till death, but for a while.
Sounds a bit like anarchy.
A bit, but...
Might be better than this. I'll throw the idea around. See what people think. Don't know who will listen to me, but you never know.
I'll see what others think about it as well. We have pretty good standing now, it appears.
He reaches out his hand again and says, "Thank you. Thank you again, friend. Tell you what, come by my shop. I'm a blacksmith here in town. If you ever need anything, I might have some bits you might find useful.
I appreciate it.
Least I can do."
I'll shake his hand again, and I'll return to the group.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good place to end the session. Guys?
Do we level up again?
No, you do not. You greedy bastard.
Hey, you said it was benchmark, so...
What? What?
We
really
renamed the
glad-
Vallaki, and then we usurped it.
Yeah, exactly.
And introducing democracy to a feudal society doesn't warrant a level up?
And the more I realize that Ben Renfield is just like every time I'm doing something, if I feel like it's really dumb and I shouldn't do it, that's exactly what Ben Renfield would do in it.
Yep.
Every time I'm like, I can't, I don't want to do this. I have to, but I'm glad I did.
Okay.
Our party is insane at
Yes,
single
I rolled an
targets.
8 on the perception, by the way. Way
Okay. All you really find is Isaac's battle axe, which is a +1 battle axe.
I
That's
take
good.
it.
Of course, Findral's going to take the thing that he has no clue
Yes.
what to do with.
And
That's a greedy bastard.
and there's a rapier on just a regular old rapier on the Baron.
We take it.
Actually, the Baron. Oh nope, never mind. Van Renfield kind of carved up the breastplate, so it's not quite useful anymore. But there is a broken
Sorry, not
breastplate.
sorry.
There is a broken breastplate.
How
Just
broken
met
we talking? How
it's
broken
been
we talking
carved
about?
through. Like, I mean, you'd have to mend a lot of it. It's
I imagine it's like melted.
I know a
too,
blacksmith.
from
yeah, it is. It's really warm and melted, so it's it would be a rough salvage job.
I don't know. Sounds pretty tempting. No, I'm just messing. Fuck that thing.
All right.
That was a good one, Chase.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right. Y'all have made it through. Yeah.
Damn,
That's
I feel like it's been
GPS.
go on the campaign. It's been like go, like no rest for so long that it's like
Yeah.
we finally just got to powerhouse rage,
Yep.
and it's like a big like that like culminating energy where it's like we kept getting our ass kicked and we needed to just own somebody.
It was perfect.
All right, guys.
Well,
Actually, because we did that to Fiona Watched Her too. I literally soloed her.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
Like as a squad, we just have been.
Yeah. You know, you gotta. That's
But
what
then
happens
again,
when
we
y'all
also
get
got murdered
arrested,
by
man.
crab people.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get arrested and you fight the boss immediately after.
Yes. Yep. Oh man.
All right, catch y'all next week.
See ya.
Deuces, guys.
All
It was
right.
fun.
That was a good one.